Hi, everyone who is watching this video. So, yeah, I'm Manas, and today I will just explain you how this Google OAuth is implemented. Actually, I can implement any OAuth because all of them are same. So in this, I will tell you how to do it for Google Raw because in backend, suppose you are having a Python or a Node backend, you say you can't use Next Auth in that. Okay, that won't work. So if you are like sometimes working with application which is way older and is not using Next.js, Next.auth won't work. So this is needed. Second, why I'm making this, the reason being it took 4 to 5 hours to implement this because I couldn't find proper resource. So after so much debugging, I was able to do it. And I also want that I should remember that, and people should not wait for 4 hours to do this simple job. So first I will explain you the how OAuth workflow is. So I will take this example because my drawing is a little bit bad. So what is that? If there's your app. Okay. So when you create your app, yeah, you will get client ID. I'll just use if there's any laser pointer, yeah. Okay. So you will get this client, this client ID and client secret from Google from its terminal. So we'll just create a project and see how it is done. Let's create a project, new project, sample, create. We'll wait for its creation. My video is visible. Okay. Let's yeah, I will switch to this project as soon as possible. I've switched it. API services. We'll go to credentials. So you will find nothing here for now. Yeah, nothing. Create credentials. OAuth client ID because we want OAuth to implement. Now it's saying configure consent screen, so we need to configure consent screen first. Get started. The app name, sample, support email, that is your Google account email. If we don't have any groups, we will keep external. By external, we will any user will able to sign in. But if you keep internal, if your organization like your Google account is with your domain, let's say my Google account is manas@manas.com. So only manas.com emails which have like @manas.com will be able to you sign in, but we'll keep it external because that's what we generally do. So yeah, next email address, my email address which I want to associate this project, contact information. Someone wants to contact me, this will be displayed in the consent screen. Don't need to worry about consent screen. I will show you what is a consent screen now. Click on this connect. So we'll go to this website. Get started. The big hand. Just a second. Yeah. Get started. Should be done till now, I guess. Yeah, this is done. So then you need to go to data access, set the data access and all. I think something is not working. Just go to power. Yeah. So you need to whatever data you need to add that. So this is email, this is profile information such as name and profile photo. OpenID, that is like associated with your personal information on Google. So your Google ID basically. Update, it is done. Click on save because we only need, you can do more, but generally this is what we derive mostly. If your application is just if you're using Google just a medium to sign in. Data center is saved. Now branding, this is done. Support email is done. This all you need to do when you submit your app to the production, but for now we don't need to do it. You can find video for this, but you won't find video for implementing OAuth. That's my purpose here today. Okay, just a minute. The battery is very low. We'll just start in a moment. Yeah, connected my charger. So you need to do this when you publish when you publish your app. So for now it's not required. You already set data access for when you will submit for verification, when you will basically submit for production. For now this thing is limited to 1000 users, but you want like unlimited, then you send submit for verification, then you need to fill all this logo and all. Okay, now what we need is client ID, client secret. Let's get that. Create, we will refresh it. Yeah, because sometimes it shows, because I don't know, maybe they have some error. So we'll just go, you need to refresh and it's done. Web app name, because we are this is for a web app. Same you can do is for all the other stuff, but for now it's not needed. I mean, there's a lot of video for that, not for this. So let's keep this as sample. This board is needed, so this will be this. I'll tell you why. This will be this. So this is authorized JavaScript domain. So from this, the request can be made from this domain, and this is a redirect URI, which I was told you here that you need redirect URI, that is mandatory, because the app, let's say when the authorization happening in that only redirect URI is mentioned, and from that only Google redirects. Suppose this mismatched, okay, like some attacker is there and he is redirecting to some other ID and getting your, basically using your authorization code in a wrong way. Okay, so that should not happen, right? So that's why this redirect URI, which like we will pass to the using the code, and this one should be same, so that it is like your app only, and you are like basically the things are protected. Okay, so such that no middleman attacks happen. So click on create. We will get this stuff. So yeah, this is client ID, this is client secret. Client secret is for backend. Client ID is both for backend as well as frontend. Client ID is public. So what happens in Google is, I'll show you by this. When you click on this, so when see, this is the email which you will provide. Okay, this one, and this is a this is selling good. This is a domain. Okay, so in this you can see client ID, right, and redirect URI. This one. So basically client ID is exposed. That is that Google uses to identify your application, and client secret is such that when this is matched, okay, but then only this the data will be fetched from the Google server. So basically we get client ID, client secret, as in backend only. We use backend for authorization. Same way we keep client ID for authorization in the backend, and client ID is a front end that uniquely identifies your application, and by client secret it identifies that this is the right person, this is the right server who to which the request will be sent. Like this is the right server to which the token can be given. that simple, because if this mismatches, then there's something uh, uh, bad there, because anyone can change client ID and many sort of malicious things can be done. That's why this is done here. We close this. Now this is just a this was just to give you a demo. So yeah, we will see. Now we'll see, since we have generated this stuff, we see how the Google Auth happens. Okay, so what happens is okay, so now since this is done, we get these, and I've explained this. So again, login request is made, consent is made, we get the OAuth, we get the code, and then code is used to get the token, and this token is sent to the Google server, and from the data we get the data from the Google server by this. So let's dive into the code. So this is my auth page. So what I'm doing is you're making a URL, and I will redirect it to that URL, that is OAuth. I'm appending client ID. I'm appending redirect URI that is needed, and then I want authorization code, and then I want this all, which already I also have set up in the scope. So these all things should match. That is so that if it doesn't match, then some malicious person is doing some naughty stuff. So for that, it is mandatory. Now what happens is when the authorization is done, okay, the the redirect URI which is passed here, when they are same, then the go and when the authorization, all the stuff is done, then it will the request will it will redirect to the redirect URI which we have mentioned, like which is our redirect URI. So our redirect URI was API call auth callback. So basically, you mentioned the redirect URI as your endpoint. So our endpoint here was API or callback, because when you're using Next.js, we can directly use this. So yeah, so it will redirect to this one. So we are getting the URL. That is like when authorization is done. So the code is appended in that URL itself. So from the URL, we are getting the authorization code, checking if it is there or not. Then using Google Auth client, I will tell you what is this Google Auth client, which we are using for config. So to make, I would, so that I don't need to do this all this every time, the redirect URI, because you need to mention every time. So I just exported it, and this is the native Google library. Okay, that is provided by Google, the native one. Let's go again to the API route. So we are getting the tokens from here. We are passing the authorization code, getting the token. Same explained here. We are getting the token. This one from the authorization code. Authorization code is valid for some time. After that, it expires. Let me go back here again. If that is missing, then again token missing, something malicious happened. Return the response, and yeah, basically return the error. Now if the authorization is success, then we will store that session ID token as session token in the cookie. This is all for safety purposes, production, secure, and env domain, and all you do. That is very like intuitive. Then the authorization is, since all the things have succeeded, we will direct to dashboard. Now I will tell you how in dashboard we check if the user and all. So basically this session token is stored. So this thing, the token is stored in the cookie. Now we will head over to dashboard, and then what dashboard is doing in dashboard will call that for this all the data to this user function, this endpoint. Now what this endpoint is doing, that getting the session token, checking if there is not there it is token or not, then verifying the token. Yeah, the token is correct. After the token is correct, yeah, this one, we get a ticket. From the ticket we get the load. So what happens is, when you verify the token, so you send the token, okay, this, you also get the data, this, okay, whatever you have made in the consent screen and made in a cloud console and the code, basically, which I have explained earlier. So you get the data, you extract the payload from ticket.get payload, extract the name, event, and profile pic. We don't need OpenID because we already are using a database and we are generating a unique ID for every user, so it's not needed. So here I'm using just Prisma. I don't need to take care of this because the purpose was to make you understand this stuff, how the auth works, its flow, and how to natively write this code. So my point is here is, you need any backend you use, you can use this code, okay. Maybe if you're using Express, you can use this code natively, because in Next Auth will only work for Next.js, but this will work for everything. Now we are checking if user exists. If it does not exist, then make. If it exists, then continue further. Then what I'm returning is email, name, email, and profile pic to the front end. And that's that's all some of the or let me explain you again. So when login and all consent screen is there, and when the user agrees and authorizes, then authorization code is returned, and it is redirected to an URI. That is redirect URI that need to be saved in the code as well as in the Google console. Then that code is used to get the token, and this token we generally store it as cookie, and that cookie is extracted every time, and it is passed to Google API to get the stuff. Okay, so we verify the token and get the stuff. Sometimes if we need more of the like more access, like drive and all is there, then explicitly we verify and call the API. So yeah, this is like they can just read getting the basically using token to verify and call the Google APIs. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, so there are disadvantages that you are using cookies and directly storing the token there. So yeah, cross-site attacks can happen. What you can do is, the solution is encrypt the cookie user that token and decrypt it using JWT secret. That is one thing you can do. And basically like when you're doing production level, then you can do this. Otherwise you're not doing production level, you can not do this. Depends on you. For preventing cross site, you can definitely encrypt, and when because that backend will be only responsible, right, for all this authentication stuff. So you can decrypt it and then check the code is correct or not correct, and that's how stuff we can do. I think you understood it, and if you face any difficulty, let me know. I spent hours in this to debug 4 to 5 hours, so I know what all the stuff can go wrong and can help you. So this was from my side. This is just a demo. Maybe I think I have not used this account. I hope so. Okay, I've used that. So yeah, this is like getting all the stuff and all. This is the one website which I made. So yeah, I think net is down. That's why this stuff is not loading properly. So Yeah, that's it. Uh, Sorry. Okay, sorry. I will make this code public. Uh, I will like put this repo in the video. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it and it solved your maybe solved your problem. Yeah, thanks.